Ms. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for continuing to pursue this issue and for your leadership on this issue. On Super Bowl weekend, I was out of town visiting my mom, and I called home a few minutes before halftime. And in our house, we're real restrictive about television watching, but we have a sports fanatic fourth grader who asked for special permission to watch the game. So my husband and my kids together watched the Super Bowl. And even before halftime, I heard about the farting horses, which I guess proves what we've all suspected, that Madison Avenue really does pitch its advertising to the average fourth grader's sense of humor. When I called the next day, my son, without any prompting, said to me, "Mom, did you see the halftime show at the Super Bowl?" And I told him that I had. And I asked him what he thought of it. And he said, "I thought it was nasty." The disrobing was apparently the talk of the playground in our neighborhood for the whole following day. And the kids on the playground seemed to know that the television station might get sued, which is really not a bad fourth grade description of an FCC fine. My son seemed to think that they should sue Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake because they were the ones who did it, and it was really nasty. If the fourth grade boys at a public elementary school in Albuquerque, New Mexico, can tell right from wrong, we need to ask ourselves where you corporate CEOs lost your way. I should not have to use an NFL halftime show as a negative example to teach my children. And there are a lot of other parents who feel the same way. As a lawmaker, I want to know how something like this made it on to the show in a very scripted, rehearsed for weeks performance. And all of these, well, we never knew about it, sounds a little like the Homer Simpson defense. The playground at our elementary school should have been abuzz with talk of the Patriots and their great moves on the field, not the moves of some disrobing rock star. The FCC plays an important role in protecting Americans and our children from indecent programming. The FCC has a statutory mandate to prohibit indecency on broadcast, but the government alone is not the answer. While some argue that television and radio reflect social values, you also influence social values. And in the same way that Enron highlighted unacceptable corporate behavior from a financial point of view and ethics in our corporate boardrooms, Viacom's support of shock jocks and allowing tasteless Super Bowl programming is a nationwide entertainment industry scandal. You knew what you were doing. You knew what kind of entertainment you're selling. And you wanted us all to be abuzz, here in this room and on the playground in my kids' school, because it improves your ratings, it improves your market share, and it lines your pockets. It's time for a change. And unless we see change in the corporate boardrooms and a return to responsibility, this bill is only going to be the first step in changing American broadcasting. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.